Pray there, friends, and good morning from Epcot. It's your boy, the Pin Trading Pastor, and we are back with another edition of Pin Bingo. Now, we have been at Magic Kingdom the last two times we've done Pin Bingo, and today we're going to be at Epcot. But we're going to do it slightly different. You, by popular demand on YouTube, have asked, hey, could you change it up a bit? The board that you had was slightly small, and we want to see you put the pins on the board itself, on the bingo pad itself. And so take a look at what we've created here. So here you go. Here is the bingo pad. And so as we take a look at this today in Disney Pin Bingo, this is what we're going to be looking for. We're going to be looking for Violet Incredible. Now, if you tuned into my A through Z challenge, then you know I messed up. I never got V, but I passed Violet like 6 different times, and y'all blew the comment feed up, making fun of me slightly and saying you stressed for me. I loved it. I hope you'll do that again every time that I slip and stumble. There goes the monorail, love that. And so, again, I wanted to put that one there. So my wife has a sense of humor. She makes the bingo cards, and so you see right there, Violet Incredible. We're looking for Donald Duck, Wave A, Monsters Inc., Cinderella. We're looking for a Villain High Heel, Alice in Wonderland, The Footprint, Any Cupcake. We're looking for Baymax, Any Hat, Trade with a Friend. And hey, look, my wife gave me a free space today. I'm not mad about that. The first time she's done that. We're looking for Seven Dwarf, Dumbo, Stitch, Trivia with a Cast Member, of course, Princess Teacup, Toy Story. Oh, we got to find a Wave B. We need a Beauty and the Beast pin, part of a set, any trophy, Munchling for Munchling, and I have a Munchling ready to go for that, and any real pin. So again, we're going to be putting all those pins in the spaces today so you can see those, so I don't retrade those, but I'm excited. I'm excited for Pin Bingo here at Epcot. I'm excited to bring you along for the ride, and so come along for the ride. Let's see what we can find today. All right, so as we get started this morning, I do want to show you what pins we're going to be trading. And so first I'm going to show you the authentics. Obviously, if we come across any authentics, we're going to be trading for those and looking for other authentics as well. They can be used for bingo, or even if they're not, I'm going to take some authentics. So here's that list there. We're going to have a Donald, a Droid, Mad Hatter there. We've got one from the Toy Story. We've got Flopsam and Jetsam. And then over here, we've got Thor, another Droid, a Stitch, and all sorts of real ones that I know other pin trading guests are gonna love. And so let me pull out the next set for you. It's gonna be right here. These are all our unauthentic pins. These were done in some of our other challenges. So I better get right back there, Ariel, being upside down. And so there you go there. And then we've got this set as well. And I've got plenty more if I need them. But I just wanted to show you the pins we're gonna be using today. And so, ready to get started. I want to complete full board bingo. If we do it, we're going to buy a Wave B pack. That is if there's any left in the park. I've heard they've been sold out. I've heard they come and go. And so we'll take a look and possibly buy a Wave B pack if we complete full board bingo today. Well, before I get too far in today's video, I do want to show you the drip I got today. Drip check. And as you take a look down here, my shirt today says, "How can I pray for you today?" Now, as Christians, we are called to pray for one another. As Christians, we're called to pray for those who don't believe in Christ. And so I wear this shirt hoping that anybody here at Disney, somebody who's going through something, will come up and possibly ask, hey, how can I be praying for you today? And so that's why I wore it. I would love to be praying for you. If you're watching online and you're going through something and you need prayer, feel free to reach out to me. I am the Pin Trading Pastor. I love to pray for other people. It is a gift that God has given me to pray for others going through things. I will tell you this, when I'm down and out, when I'm going through something in this life, prayer is my ultimate weapon. It's the one thing that keeps me in relationship, in communication with my Lord and Savior. And so if you're not a praying person, I encourage you to do it. If you need someone to pray, reach out and let me pray for you today. So just after you enter the park and tap your magic band and come in for the day, the first 2 pin boards are going to be found under Spaceship Earth. The first one's going to be right here at the camera center in the shop called Pin Traders. If you walk into the left-hand side and ask a cast member, they'll show you that pin board. All right, here is the pin board located at Pin Traders to the right-hand side of Spaceship Earth as you enter, and I think I found the first 2 we're going to do. As I make my way around the board, I'm going to take this one right here. That's going to be our part of a set. And I think I'm going to take this one right here because we need a footprint, and that classifies as that. So we're going to take these 2 guys right here, and we are going to leave. Let's go ahead and leave this Prince Florian right here. And let's go ahead and leave Buzz right here. And so we'll move on to the next one. Okay, so we looked at our first pin board there in Pin Traders, found 2. I'm going to update with that in a minute. But hey, first pin board, found 2 pins. We're not mad about that. Next pin board is going to be right here at Gateway Gifts. This will be on the left-hand side of Spaceship Earth as you enter the park. You walk in, ask for the pin board. It should be on the left-hand side with a cast member there ready to show it to you. Okay, friends, well, here is the pin board located inside of Gateway Gifts, and I know which two that I'm going to do. I need a Toy Story pin, and I need a Donald Duck. So I'm going to take these two guys right here for our game, and let's go ahead and put Pumbaa down, because I know the kids like Pumbaa, and let's go ahead and put Aladdin down to free up some room on my board there. So we'll put Aladdin down, we'll put Pumbaa down, we're taking our Toy Story pin, and we're taking Donald. On to the next one. All right, friends, well, I did run into a pin trading friend here, and they do not want to be on camera, which is perfectly fine, but they are trading me. Look at this. There's that Violet, the Incredible that I passed in the A through Z game so many times, and I'm going to trade her this Ariel. She was on the hunt for Ariel, and so we're going to knock off 2 spots. I'm actually probably just going to go ahead and do Violet and the Incredible as opposed to trading with a friend because I need that guy today, and so on to the next one. All right, friends. Well, just a quick update on our scorecard. Thank you so much to that pin trading guest. They knew I needed Violet. Y'all saw on the A through Z game, I passed on this so many times. We got her out of the way. We got a Donald. We've got a Footprint. We've got our Toy Story, and we have our set, a pin from a set. And so we are making great headway today on Disney Bingo. The next pin board is going to be found here at Guest Relations. You just walk in and ask a cast member and they'll show you that pin board. All right, well, here is the pin board located in Guest Relations, and I think I already know the two that I'm going to take. We need a Baymax pin, so we're going to take this guy, and we need a Seven Dwarfs pin, so we're going to take this guy. So we're going to take these two right here, and I think we're going to go ahead and leave. Let's leave the White Rabbit, and let's leave Daisy Duck. And now we've got our Baymax and our Seven Dwarf pin, and we're on to the next one. So as we make our way out of Guest Relations, I'm super pumped with the pins we were able to get right there. I thought Baymax was probably going to be the hardest one to get. Most people that love Baymax take those pins every chance they get. I did not think I was going to score Baymax this early. And then the Seven Dwarfs pin, that's amazing. And so I'm super pumped that we've only seen 3 pin boards and already been able to accomplish so much. And so I'll give you the updated scorecard here soon, but we're going to hit the middle of Epcot. There's 2 merch locations that we can look at and see if there's any pins to add to our Disney pin bingo today. Okay, so the first pin board we're going to look at is found right here at this merch location. We'll take a look at that pin board and see if there's anything we need. Okay, friends, well, here is the pin board located in the middle here at Epcot. This is the first pin merch location. And I think I've found the 2 that I'm going to take. And I'm going to take a risk here, but the first one I'm going to take is this Wave A Donald. We needed a Wave A for our pin bingo, so that will knock that out. And I am going to take this real pin. Now, this is not going to apply to our pin bingo today, but I always like to get a real pin when I can get a real pin. And so we're going to put this guy down right here because we want to leave a good one for the next person as usual. So we'll put that guy there. And then we're going to put down, let's do RC car. We'll put the RC car down right there. And so we put RC car down, put the Magic Kingdom snow globe, and we're going to take these 2 guys right here and we move on to the next one. Okay, friends, well, we did come across a pin trading cast member, and we're going to knock 2 more off our pin bingo today. We're going to take this guy as our real pin, and we're going to take this guy as our Stitch. And obviously, these are 2 very, very real pins, and so we are going to trade very real pins. We're going to trade this Elio right here, and we're going to trade this Mad Hatter car right here for those 2 pins, and that knocks off 2 more notches on our Disney pin bingo belt today. Okay, the next pin board is going to be basically right next to the other pin location. Let me show you that here. I'm going to pan to the left. There's the first place I was just at and looked at the pin board, and now we're moving back over here, and we're going to take a look at this pin board and see if there's anything we need for pin bingo today. Okay, friends, well, I did run into a friend who watches, and they are willing to make a trade, and one of the bingo spots is trade with a friend, so I'm going to flip the camera around, let her tell you your name, and show her what a trade we made. What's your name?
Hi, I'm Mary.
All right, Mary, and Mary is going to give me this Stitch portrait right here, and I'm going to be trading this Stitch right here from the Hidden Mickey series. And so, Mary, thank you so much for the trade today.
And I thank you as well.
Absolutely. Stay blessed. Okay, friends, so a pin trading party just took place here over at this second pin merchandise cart, and my rule's my game, and so I ran into another friend who wants to trade, and here we are, munchling for munchling. It does not say I have to do it with a cast member or on a board, and so a friend of ours, what's your name, my friend?
John.
John, he's going to go ahead and trade us munchling for munchling. I'm giving him the pizza guy, and he's giving me Dale right here, and so awesome trade. Okay, well, before we get too far, I do want to give you an updated scorecard. And man, those pin trading friends, the people who watch, look at how far we've made it. Here we got That was trade with a friend right there, that stitch. We've got this stitch here. We've got this villain, which is any real pin. We just did Munchling for Munchling. We got our Wave A there a second ago. We've got Violet Baymax. Look at how well we're doing on Pin Bingo as we begin today. And I do have to show you, I have to give a shout out to Mary. Mary was the person who you just saw in the video that traded with me. But I want to show you what she did. I told her I had some kids. She loves pin trading, loves the community, loves WDW Kevin, as do all of us. And so I want to show you what she just blessed my family with. You see all these pins on the right-hand side starting right here? She just told me to reach in a bag and take these home to my family. How amazing is that? That is what the pin trading community is about. We got to talk a little bit about Jesus, talk about church. I'm having such a blessed day here at Epcot so far. I'm so excited to see. We're going to complete full board bingo. We're open in a Wave B pack today. Vibes are good. Spirit is good here. It's awesome. And I am looking forward to continuing this journey today. Okay, so as we walk through the breezeway in between Creation Shop and Connections Cafe, the next pin board is going to be located here at Club Cool. So we'll walk in, take a look, see if there's anything we need for pin bingo today. Here is the pin board located inside of Club Cool. And as we make our way around the board, after all that help from all those pin trading friends, I'm not seeing anything we need for pin bingo right now. And so we're going to move on to the next one. So nothing there on the board in Club Cool for us. Not happy about that. That's our first miss so far, but it's going to happen. The further we get towards full board bingo, it's going to happen. It was destined to happen. But the next pin board we're going to look at is located right over here at the Guest Experience Team Blue umbrella. We'll take a look at their pin board and see if there's anything we need. All right, friends. Well, here is the pin board located at the Guest Experience Blue Team umbrella. And as we make our way around the board here, I did spot the pin that I'm going to take from this board. I'm going to take this guy right here. I'm going to take this one because that is Mike Wazowski from Monsters, Inc. And I'm going to take this one. That is Alice from Alice in Wonderland. So we're going to take these two right here, and we are going to leave behind, let's leave Daisy, and let's leave the White Rabbit, and we'll take these two for our pin bingo today. All right, so another score there at the Guest Experience Team Blue umbrella. And so now we are moving on to the Treasures of Xandar. That would be the Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind gift shop. We were able to score the Monsters, Inc. and the Alice in Wonderland pins there to knock out those spots on our bingo board. And so we're going to move on to the next one, and let's see if we can't keep knocking these spots out quickly. That next pin board is going to be located right here at the Treasures of Xandar gift shop. So we'll walk in and it's back at the checkout counter. We'll walk in, ask that cast member, and take a look at that board. All right, friends. Well, here is the pin board located inside of the Treasures of Xandar gift shop. And I know which two that I'm going to take. We need a villain's high heel, and this is Cruella de Vil. And so we're going to take this pin. And then I see this ear hat. So we're going to take this guy right here. So that's going to knock out two of our pins. So we'll take those two. We're going to leave behind. Let's leave this Fantasia pin, and let's leave this King Triton pin. We'll leave these two, and we're taking these two today. All right, my friends. Well, that was awesome. Being able to score two more there in the Treasures of Xandar gift shop was absolutely amazing. And I think the best part about it was before I even started filming, and then even after, seeing the cast members get excited. They're like, what are you looking for? And they're digging inside their pin pads. They're looking back in the office. They all want to see us complete this challenge just like you all do at home. And so, again, knocking out that villain high heel, finding that stitch ear hat so it counts as any hat is awesome. And so we just put two more notches in our pin bingo. And I'm telling you, we're going to complete full board bingo today. I know it's coming. All right, our next pin board is going to be located back here at Mission Space Cargo Bay. And so we're going to take a walk back in here, take a look at that pin board and see if there's anything we need today. Okay, friends, well, we did run into a pin trading cast member, and look at what they got. Boom, we need a Dumbo for our pin bingo today. And I was able to trade the Donald Duck Epcot one that you remember. Can I show that one time just here so they see which one I've traded? There it is. I traded that guy right there, and I'm taking this Dumbo home for our pin bingo today. All right, friends. Well, here we are in Mission Space Cargo Bay, and look at this. We found another cast member who wanted to be involved, and here we go. We needed a Wave B, and we have found Dopey, and we're going to give up Roz here from Monsters, Inc., and so I'm very excited about that. Another notch on our pin bingo card. All right, and here is that pin board located in Mission Space Cargo Bay. And as I make my way around the board, after all that amazing help from those pin trading cast members with those pin pads and digging in their pin books and their pin pads inside of the pockets, I don't need anything on this board, and so we're going to move on to the next one. Okay, friends, our next pin board is going to be located here in the Test Track Gear Shop. We'll walk in, take a look at that board on the left, and see if there's anything we need. Okay, here is the pin board located at the Test Track Gear Shop, and as we make our way around the board here, I'm seeing one that I'm definitely taking. We need a Cinderella pin, and so we're taking this one right here, and we will leave Timon behind. I'm not seeing anything else that we need, and so after that score, we'll move on to the next one. All right, friends, well, we're just about to enter World Showcase here in a moment, but I wanted to give you an updated scorecard. This pin bingo has seemed too easy today. I feel like we're gonna get stumped somewhere, but I wanna give you an updated scorecard of the board right now, and so let's go ahead and flip this around here real quick and show you. Here we go. We need a cupcake, a princess teacup. We still need to do trivia with a cast member. We need any trophy pin, and we need a Beauty and the Beast pin. That's it. We've got our free space, so we're good there. So we need 5. We are down to our last 5 pins to complete full board bingo. Okay, so here in the middle, before you enter World Showcase, you're gonna have a few booths. You're gonna have your Disney Vacation Club over here and a few merch booths. And usually there'll be pin trading cast members at all of these. I see one over here at the DVC hut, so let's go over and take a look, see if he might have a trivia for us today. Okay, so our friend at the DVC hut there, he did have trivia for us, and we did it. The trivia question was, which Disney park is the largest here in Walt Disney World? And the answer, you would think possibly Magic Kingdom, or you would think Epcot. That's not right. The answer is actually Animal Kingdom, and I knew that. And so I was able to get that question and that pin. Now, he didn't have an authentic pin. It doesn't matter, because I brought unauthentic pins too. And so I was able to trade for it. That will count for our trivia with a cast member, and I'll show you that pin there. It was that Chewbacca right there that we were able to take today. And it looks like we do have a pin trading cast member over here with a pin pad at this merch location, so we'll walk over and take a look at that pin pad today. All right, friends, well, here is that cast member with that pin trading pad today. And again, we're down to our last 4. We need a Princess Teacup, a trophy, a Beauty and the Beast pin, or a cupcake. And I'm not seeing this on this pin pad, so we'll move on to the next one. So just before you enter World Showcase, the next pin board is going to be located at this Guest Experience Blue Team umbrella. And so we'll walk over there, look at that board, and see if there's anything we need for our pin bingo today. All right, friends, well, before I look at the board here at the Guest Experience Team Blue umbrella, I ran into a friend, and they were wondering what we're doing. They saw the pin bingo, and they come to the parks all the time, her and her daughter, and they do challenges. And so they started asking about the pin bingo, asked about the channel, Pin Trading Pastor, and I've got her daughter here, and her daughter's name is Fernanda. So I'm going to show the camera around here. Say hi, Fernanda. And what did we trade today? She's gonna give me this little orange bird cupcake right here, and she's getting this best date night ever Runaway Railway. And so thank you, Fernanda. Do you have anything you want to say?
Pins are awesome.
Pins are awesome. That's a great thing. She is right. See, it's lovely seeing these wonderful young pin traders out here again. This is what it's all about. And so thank you, Fernanda, for the trade. I appreciate you so much. All right, and here is the pin board at the Guest Experience Blue Team umbrella. And as we make our way around the board, I already know what I'm gonna take. We need a Beauty and the Beast pin, and there is Belle. And so we're gonna take this Belle right here, and we're gonna leave behind the Cheshire teacup right here, or teapot, I should say. We'll leave that guy right here, and we're taking Belle, and we are down to our last couple pin spots. Okay, so that was an amazing opportunity interaction there with Fernanda, that young pin trader who's just so excited. They just started, and they were so excited to see what this pin bingo was, and they helped us out so much. We are down to the last 2. We are down to the last 2. We have our Princess Teacup and any trophy. That's it. We've got all of World Showcase to do this. I know we're gonna do it. I feel it. It's been amazing to have these interactions with all these guests here at the park today, and so I'm looking forward to finishing this bingo strong today. All right, so our next pin board is gonna be located right here at Disney Traders. We're gonna walk in there, take a look at that pin board, see if there's anything we need for this pin bingo challenge today. All right, friends, well, here is the pin board at Disney Traders, and as we make our way around the board, we are down to a Princess Teacup, and we are down to any trophy. And I've seen lots of ribbons, lots of things like that, but I have not seen a trophy. And so nothing's gonna count on this board, and we're gonna move on to the next one. All right, so the first country we're going to enter here in World Showcase is gonna be Mexico. I usually go towards Canada, but the last couple times I've gone towards Mexico, and we've done well doing that. And so again, we're down to these last 2 pins. We need a Princess Teacup, and we need any trophy. And so we're going to head over here to Mexico, head inside here, and it's gonna be located right here, off to the left-hand side. There should be 2. There's usually one at the accessible ramp located on the outside, on the right-hand side, and then there's usually one in the gift shop inside. So we'll check both those out and see if there's anything we need today. So normally there's a pin board located right here, but it looks like they're kind of slow today, so there is not one. And so we'll just head inside right over here, take a look at their board and see if there's anything we can find. Okay. Okay, so the next board is located here at La Tienda Encantada, and so we'll walk in and take a look at that board. All right, friends, well, here is the pin board located in the Mexico Pavilion, and as we make our way around the board here, we are down to Princess Teacup and a trophy. That's it, Princess Teacup and a trophy. I've seen ribbons, I've seen presents, but I'm not seeing what we need as far as a trophy, and so we'll move on to the next one. As we make our way out of Mexico into Norway, I don't know what's going on in the Mexico Pavilion, but it's popping, man, it is popping. Now maybe it's because it's a Friday and it is the Food and Wine Festival, but I'm not sure. I'm not doing all that. I'm here to pin trade and talk to people, but man, that Mexico Pavilion was filled to capacity, and so glad to get out of there, glad to head to the next one. Norway is next. Okay, so the pin board in Norway is located in the back here. It's going to be next to Frozen, the ride. It's going to be in the Fjording gift shop, and so it's located right over here. If you walk in the back, you'll be able to see that pin board. Just ask the cast member to take a look at it. All right, friends, well, here is the pin board located in the Fjording, which is the Frozen Ever After ride gift shop, and boom, look at that. That is a Princess Teacup, and so we're going to take that, and we're gonna leave behind, let's leave Snow White right here. We'll put Snow White right there. If I can get it on there, maybe. We'll put it on there in a minute. But there is the Princess Teacup that we needed. We are gonna trade Snow White, and we are down to just needing a trophy to finish full board bingo today. All right, friends, well, that was another huge score there in the Fjording. We found our Princess Teacup, and so that brings us to one. We are in Norway, headed towards China. We are down to one pin. We still got pretty much all of World Showcase to go. And then we've got the other side of the park there and the Figment gift shop and the Nemo gift shop and things like that. But let's show you the board real quick. So here we are. Look at how full this beautiful board is. I got my free space there, but look at all these. And I'll make sure I tell you what each one of these spaces were when we complete it, as I did in the beginning. But we're down to a trophy. Any trophy will do. And so we're on the lookout for it. And our next place is gonna be China, and we'll head to their gift shop. So the pin board here in China is located in the back of the pavilion here at House of Good Fortune. It's also in the same spot where KidCot is, where kids and families alike can go around and get their passports filled out. And so we'll walk in House of Good Fortune here, take a look at that pin board. All right, well, here is the pin board located in China. And again, we are on the lookout for just a trophy, and boom, there it is. That is the last pin we needed to complete full board bingo. And so we're gonna take that guy right there. We're gonna leave Dale behind right here. And so we're gonna trade Dale. We're taking this trophy, and we have completed full board bingo. Okay, so as I make my way outside of House of Good Fortune, and I just showed you the pin board there, we completed full board bingo 3 countries into World Showcase. I didn't think in a million years, as hard as my wife made this one, that we would finish this fast. But I'm learning as I come across friends who watch, friends who love to pin trade, friends who love challenges and pin bingo. The community wants to help, and when the community wants to help, my goodness, what can happen? And so I'm gonna show you the pin board real quick, and I gotta call it. Disney Pin Bingo, full board bingo has been completed. And so as you look around the board here, it's incredible. There's the Incredible, there's Donald, there's Wave A, there's a Monsters Inc., Cinderella, Villain High Heel, Alice in Wonderland, a Footprint, a Cupcake, Baymax, any ear hat. There is, I believe that Stitch was Trade with a Friend. There is Seven Dwarfs, there's Dumbo. That one is Stitch. Trade with a Trivia with a cast member. A Princess Teacup. Monsters Inc. Wave B. Beauty and the Beast. Any set. A trophy. Munchling for Munchling. And any real Disney pin. And so as you look at this board, we completed it. Full board bingo. So what do we do with the time remaining? Well, we're gonna continue through World Showcase, and now we're gonna be looking for Disney pins to complete our set. And I'm not mad about that. I am gonna buy a Wave B pack. We are gonna open that on TikTok, probably share it to YouTube as well. But that's what we're gonna do with the time remaining. We're gonna go to each pin board, each pin trading cast member, and try and find pins for our collection today. So as we make our way around World Showcase, the next pin board is going to be located at the Guest Experience Team Blue Umbrella just before you enter Germany. And so we'll take a look at that and see if there's anything we need. All right, here is that board at the Guest Experience Blue Team Umbrella. And as we make our way around the board, I'm not seeing anything we're going to want or need for our collection. We do have a pin trading cast member. And as I look at that pin pad today, again, not seeing anything we need. And so we'll move on to the next one. All right, so our next pin board is going to be found here in the Germany Pavilion. It's going to be in the gift shop located right here And again, until y'all correct me, I'm calling it Das Kohlhaus. That is where we're headed next. All right, friends, well, here is the pin board located in the Germany Pavilion. And as we make our way around the board here, I'm not seeing anything that we're gonna need for our collection today, but definitely wanted you to know where this board was. And so we're gonna move on to the next one. All right, so our next pavilion is going to be the Italy Pavilion, and the pin board is going to be located here in the gift shop at the Enoteca Castello. And so we'll make our way in there, take a look at that board, and see if there's anything we need. All right, here is the pin board located in the gift shop here in Italy. And as we make our way around the board, I'm not seeing anything that we're going to need for our collection today or my family's, and so I'm going to move on to the next one. All right, so we've made our way to the America Pavilion, land of the free, home of the brave, and also home to my favorite quick service on property in the Regal Eagle. Now, I'm not going there quite yet, but I am going to go there for a bite to eat. We are actually headed towards KidCot, where their pin board's going to be. And so if you head back here to the right-hand side, right next to Art of Disney, there at KidCot, you will find the pin board that's located here in America. Okay, here is that pin board located at the KidCot Fun Spot here in America. And as I make my way around the board again, I'm not seeing anything that we need as a family. And so I just wanted to show you the board, and we will move on to the next one. All right, so the next pavilion we're gonna enter is Japan. And Japan's pin board, a little different than most. I mean, it is in the very, very back. Obviously, there's the gift shop right there. But we're gonna head towards the back. So if you make your way down here under the awning there, you will see the pin board located in the KidCot area here in Japan. All right, here is the pin board located in Japan. And as we make our way around the board, again, we are looking for pins that will go towards our personal collection at this time as we have completed full board bingo. And I'm not seeing anything on this board, and so we will move on to the next one. All right, so our next pin board is going to be located over here in the Gifts of Morocco. If you make your way in and make your way to the checkout, you'll find the pin board right there. And here is the pin board located in the Gifts of Morocco. And as we make our way around the board, we are done with pin bingo. Full board bingo has been accomplished, and we are looking for authentic, genuine pins that go towards our collection, and I'm not seeing anything, so we'll move on to the next one. So as you make your way through the France Pavilion, it is a massive pavilion. I mean massive. So here's obviously the France food cart they've got going on for food and wine. We're gonna take a left, and there's Les Chefs de France. We're not going there. You wanna make your way to the back here and take a left, to the left of Beauty and the Beast sing-along, and that will be where the next pin board is located. Next pin board will be located back here in Les Halles, and we'll walk back there, take a look at that board, and see if there's anything we need today. All right, and here is the pin board located in the French Pavilion here in the gift shop. And as we make our way around the board, I'm not seeing anything we need. Like I said a moment ago, we completed full board bingo, and so we're going to move on to the next one and head over to the UK Pavilion. Before you cross the bridge to enter the UK Pavilion, there is a guest experience team Blue Umbrella, and they usually have a pin board for us to look at, so let's take a look. All right, friends, well, here is the pin board located at the guest experience team Blue Umbrella, and as I make my way around the board, we're looking for pins that we want for our collection. I do like this either She-Hulk or Gamora. Now, I don't want that, but I know a friend that might, and so we may get that, but I'm not sure, but I think I might leave that for the next guest. Okay, so if you made it this far in the video, tell me, was that She-Hulk or was that Gamora? It looked like she had boxing gloves on, so I'm thinking She-Hulk, even though she don't have boxing gloves, she just looked really strong. But I thought Gamora, and so please tell me in the comments who you thought it was. But I did end up trading it and immediately had somebody behind me that's like, ooh, I really like that pin. So we ended up trading them for it. And again, they just gave me an unauthentic pin. I don't care. I wasn't really keeping that anyway. And so I traded with them, let them have it, and the kid was really, really happy. And so again, that's what it's about, making the kids happy. Our next pin board should be located right here. Maybe not a pin board, but a pin trading cast member at this cart. If there's not, I'll let you know, but there usually is. Okay, so I did want to let you know, I'm not going to do it today because of time restraints, but right here is World Traveler. And inside of that gift shop, there's normally pin trading cast members. And if you proceed beyond that, past the exit, near the Skyliner there, at the ticket counter, there's also a pin board. And at guest relations on the outside of the park, there's also a pin board. Now, I'm not doing that today. I normally do because I am on a time crunch, but wanted to let you know there are a couple more pin boards over there for you to take a look at. All right, so as we enter the UK, the pin board in the UK is going to be located at the Crown and Crest. And as you make your way in the middle here, the Crown and Crest can be found right here. You're going to walk in this door. Your pin board will be directly to the left at the checkout counter. All right, here is the pin board located at the Crown and Crest. And as we make our way around the board, we are looking for authentic pins that will go towards our collection. Again, we just completed full board bingo, and so we're not on the hunt for anything particular like that, but I'm not seeing anything that's gonna go towards our collection, and so we're gonna move on to the next one. As you make your way out of the UK towards Canada, I always like to remind you, take a look over here at this merchandise cart. Oftentimes there is a pin trading cast member, and they usually have some pretty good pins. And just as I said that, they did not have a pin trading cast member, but that's okay. So we're gonna make our way to Canada and take a look at that next pin board. All right, our next pin board is gonna be found right here at Northwest Mercantile, and so we'll walk in and take a look at that board and see if there's anything we need. All right, friends, well, here is the pin board located in Northwest Mercantile. And again, now that we've completed full board bingo, we are on the hunt for pins that go towards our collection. And as I look around the board, I'm not seeing anything that goes towards our collection, and so we're gonna move on to the next one. So the next two pin boards, if you walk under this Canada Far and Wide sign, are going to be down here. You're gonna have one at the Le Cellier, which will be down this way, and you'll have one at the Kidcot, and I'll show you where both of those are. The first pin board I'm gonna show you here on the back side of the Canada Pavilion is found at Le Cellier Steakhouse, and that's where my wife and I still need to eat because I've heard it's very, very good. But we're gonna walk in, take a look at that pin board and see if there's anything we need. All right, friends, well, here is the pin board located at the Le Cellier Steakhouse. And as we make our way around the board again, looking for pins that go towards my family and I's collection, and I'm not seeing anything on this board that's gonna do that, and so we will move on to the Kidcot area here in the Canada Pavilion and see what we can find. So as you walk out of the Le Cellier Steakhouse, the next pin board is gonna be found here at the Kidcot Fun Spot. If you see this sign right here and you make your way to the back where the people will be filling out passports for the kids and for people going around to each country, that's where you'll see the next pin board. Okay, so here is the pin board located at the Kidcot Fun Spot here in Canada. And as we make our way around the board, I'm seeing something that I'm gonna take. This is a double pin here, and this is from the movie Cars. And so I want that. We're gonna leave this droid right here because we're always doing real pins for real pins, and I think we'll leave Flopsum and Jetsam. We wanna leave that guy right there. So we'll leave that, and we're taking these two for us today. All right, so as I make my way out of Canada and out of the Kidcot Fun Spot, I took a risk. I looked at the back of those Cars pins. They could be real, they could be fake. I'm not sure. But they're really, really cool pins. I have never, ever, ever seen those on a pin board in my life. So I took the risk. I put a droid down, I put Flossom and Jetsam down. Again, I'm willing to try and take that risk, go home, add it to the Cars collection, because I know a couple people in my family that love that. And so we took the risk, and we're going home with a couple new pins today. All right, so as we exit Canada here and start to make our way outside of World Showcase, we've got one more pin board to look at before we head over to Figment and the Finding Nemo gift shops, and that pin board is gonna be found right here at Port of Entry. And so we're gonna walk in, take a look at that board and see if there's anything we want or need for our collection today. All right, and here is the pin board found at Port of Entry. And again, looking for pins that will go to our family collection, authentic, genuine pins that we need. And as I make my way around the board, I'm not seeing anything, and so we will move on to the next one. So after I hit Port of Entry, I like to make my way through the middle. I like to come over here to ImageWorks, which is the Journey into the Imagination with Figment gift shop. I think that's the easiest. So basically I've gone left around World Showcase to right, and now I'm finishing the front of the park again. And so I'm gonna show you that here. There's Journey into Imagination with Figment. And we're gonna be making our way to the left-hand side, this walkway down here, and that is where our next pin board will be. And here is ImageWorks, and so we'll walk in, take a look at that board and see if there's anything we need. And here is the pin board located in ImageWorks and the Journey into the Imagination with Figment gift shop. And as I make my way around the board, they've shrunk it a little bit, but that's okay. They've got more pins, more appealing, but I'm not seeing anything we need for our collection, and so we're gonna move on to the next one. Okay, so as we make our way down the left-hand side of the park from back to front, heading towards the Nemo ride and the Nemo gift shop, the next pin board is going to be here at the Guest Experience Team Blue Umbrella, and so we'll take a look at that board and see if there's anything we need. All right, and here's that pin board at the Guest Experience Team Blue Umbrella. And as we make our way around the board, I'm not seeing anything that we need for our collection, and so we are going to move on to the next one. So the next pin board I'm going to hit before I hit the Sea Base Aquarium and then the Coral Reef Restaurant is going to be right over here at this merch cart, this pin cart. It's located directly across from Communicore Hall, you see right there. And so we'll walk over to this board, take a look and see if there's anything we need. And here is that pin board located at that merch cart just across from Communicore Hall. And as we look around the board here, I'm not seeing anything that we're going to need for our collection. And we do have a pin trading cast member, and they're going to play rock, paper, scissors with me, and I'll let you know the results. All right, friends, and we did win rock, paper, scissors, which I'm really excited about, and I think I'm gonna take this guy. I know some friends that like Star Wars, and so I'm gonna trade for this guy. Let's see what we're gonna trade our friend here today. Let's go ahead and let's do Chernabog. Let's do Chernabog for the next person because I know they will really like that guy. So our last pin board of the day is going to be found at the Seas with Nemo and Friends. Now, obviously, here is the entrance to the ride. We're not going there. We're going to their gift shop, which is located to the left. And so we're going to head down this path over here, and it's going to be located at the Sea Base Aquarium. And so we will walk in there, take a look, and see if there's anything we need. Our next pin board is going to be located right here at the Sea Base Aquarium. And so we're going to walk in, take a look at that pin board, and see if there's anything we need. All right, here is the pin board located in the Sea Base Aquarium. As I make my way around the board, I know our family does love Stitch. I'm not sure if I have this. I know this isn't going to be an authentic one, but I still like it anyway. So I'm going to take this guy, and I think we're going to leave Elsa. We'll put Elsa in Stitch's place, and we'll take this one home and move on to the next one. All right, so we have made it to our last pin board. It is going to be at the Coral Reef Restaurant, which is located directly across from the Moana Journey of Water. And so I'm going to show you that real quick. There is the Moana Journey of Water. You see the Epcot ball right there. The Coral Reef Restaurant is right back here. If you make your way to the front desk there, they'll be able to show you the pin board located here. All right, friends, well, here is our final pin board of the day. And as we make our way around the board here, I'm definitely seeing one I'm taking for my daughter. As most of you know, my daughter is big into Cheshire Cat, so I'm definitely taking this for her. So we're gonna put Cheshire Cat down, take this one, and we are gonna leave behind this Robin Hood hat. I wanna leave a good one for the next person, so we're gonna leave that guy there. We're gonna take this Cheshire Cat here, and that will end our day of looking at pin boards. All right, friends, well, that's gonna do it for us here from Epcot. Again, we had an amazing day. My wife made an amazing pin bingo card today. It was challenging, it was hard, but I also didn't expect to get as much love and as much help from people who watch, from cast members who just love seeing the content and love participating. And so, again, I'm gonna show you the pin board one more time. As we make our way around the board here, we have finished full board Disney bingo. The very first one, that one that stumped me on A through Z, was Violet from The Incredibles. We've got Donald. We have a Wave A, Monsters, Inc. and Cinderella. We have a Villain High Heel. We have Alice in Wonderland, a paw print. We have a Cupcake. We have Baymax. We have a Disney hat with Stitch. We have Trade with a Friend. We have the Free Space, which again, kudos to my wife for finally giving me a free space. We have a Seven Dwarfs pin. We have a Dumbo. We've got Stitch. We have Trivia with a cast member. We have a Princess Teacup. We have a Toy Store. We have a Wave B, Beauty and the Beast. We have any series pin, so any mystery pack. We have a trophy, Munchling for Munchling, and most importantly, a real Disney pin. Today, friends, was an awesome day. Again, I love bringing you the content. I love being able to film and have you guys tell me. Again, this board was created like this because so many of you commented saying, we would love to see you make a pin board for Pin Bingo where you put the pins down, and we did that for you. So again, if there's any alterations you want to see to the content, if there is something that you're excited to see but unsure about, let us know. We want to bring you the content. We want to try different challenges. And again, it's such a blessing to be able to bring this to you. And again, I love doing this. And so if you haven't seen us on all the socials, if you haven't followed us on Instagram, if you haven't followed us on TikTok or YouTube, the name is Pin Trading Pastor. Pin Trading Pastor on all the socials. Give me a like, give me a follow, give me a subscribe. And as always, friends, love God, love people. Stay blessed.